guys, Zubair Sohail here, and we are on our way to Medina from Jeddah today. Currently it is 12:30 p.m. and we have booked the train from the Haramain railway station. So the boarding has already started, so I'm just gonna head to the train to the platform now. And yeah, we are still here in Ramadan, and let's see what the vibes are like in Medina during the holy month, and I'll show you guys what that is like. Alright guys, so now we have made it to the platform, and to be honest it isn't very crowded, but from what I saw online I think the train is coming from the airport station, so it was looking a bit full. And the price of the one-way ticket right now during Ramadan, it's around 180 Saudi riyals, and it can be a bit lower depending upon what time you're leaving, but if you're taking one of the peak hours it is definitely going to be a bit higher. And as it comes closer to the Eid time and people go on vacation here in KSA, it will tend to get a bit more expensive. The other thing is that right now there are two stations that you can take the train from in Jeddah. One of them is at the airport and the other one is in Suleimania, and both of these stations are quite easily accessible. I took the one that is in Suleimania because I was living in Jeddah city, so that was the closest one to me. It took me around 15 minutes to get here because in most of the morning there isn't much traffic. And yeah, as soon as we got here to the station there wasn't much crowd and we got straight to the platform. So we're just waiting for the train now. I think it's almost 10 minutes before it arrives, and from what I've heard so far it usually arrives on time. So yeah, let's see how that turns out. Alright guys, so now we have made it inside the train, and yeah, the train is extremely full, and I'm assuming that it is coming from the airport station because most of the pilgrims are arriving there and taking this train straight from there to Medina. But the good thing is that they have numbers and coaches assigned, so you get to sit on your designated seat. And for the economy, what I've experienced, there are no prices on the seating, so you can choose whatever seat is the best one for you. And as for the amenities, they have a charging dock on the train. So yeah, let me show you what that is like in case you need to charge your power banks or your phones. Those are the adjustments for your window, and as you can see the docks have a 3-pin plug as well as USB charging cable stations. Alright guys, here just to confirm, the train is exactly on time, and as soon as it was time to go, the train had left the station. So yeah, pretty impressed by that. Timing on the website is quite reliable in case if you're planning your trip ahead. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Even if you are running late, try to make sure that you are at the station on time because like I mentioned, that the train leaves exactly on time. Also, just to give you a bit of feedback on the chairs, so the chairs are quite spacious in the economy as well. I haven't tried the business, so can't say much about that, but yeah, the seats over here are very comfortable. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. Alright guys, so now we have arrived at the Medina station, and the train arrived in exactly 1 hour and 40 minutes. The ride was pretty smooth. We didn't even know until we were already here. So yeah, pretty amazing experience, and so definitely recommend it. If you are looking for your convenience, I would definitely recommend to get the train. It will be extremely easy for you. It is a bit costlier, like I mentioned earlier, that one-way ticket is costing during Ramadan around 180 Saudi riyals, so it is a bit on the higher end, but nevertheless a great experience and very easy to use and travel. So in the Medina station it is a bit crowded than usual. We have a lot of pilgrims coming in from the airport and the Makkah station, but the other thing is that they have a good place where you can pray and make wudu over here. So yeah, before heading out to Medina, if you want to use the restroom or something, yeah, it's a good idea to do it over here, since it won't be that crowded as it might be at the Holy Mosque. So now we are on our way there. We'll probably get an Uber and so let me see what that comes out to be like. Alright guys, so we just found out that there are also options for a bus available, so let me check that out, which they have just told me that it is not that expensive as compared to a taxi or an Uber. So if the bus is convenient, we'll take that and see where it will drop us off near the Haram. Alright guys, so now we have finally made it to Haram, Masjid Nabawi. And yes, so the thing is that we took the bus that is being offered right now, because the Uber was not coming. We waited around 15-20 minutes for that, and I think because of the traffic and the road closures, the drivers, they are not accepting the rides. And there are other taxis available, but those are extremely expensive, like maybe 3 or 4 times the price. The price for the bus one way is 11.5 Saudi Riyals, which is quite reasonable. It was a 20-minute ride. The only drawback is that you have to wait for the buses to arrive, and yeah, so there is no fixed schedule. It is just on, like, whenever the bus arrives, you just sit inside and wait for it to fill entirely up, and then yeah, it just makes its way. And I think on our way back we'll take the same thing, because it is very close to Haram. Let me show you where they dropped us off. Just got done with the Asr prayer and went to the Prophet's Roda for doing my salam. And right now, because of the crowd, they do not require any appointments. You can just come in and just go through the crowd. It is extremely crowded though, so yeah, if somebody's claustrophobic, might not be the best idea, but still, if you want to, you can give it a shot. Other than that, it is quite peaceful, as it always is in Medina. Now I'm just going to go back inside the Holy Mosque and then find a place to sit until Maghrib prayer. So yeah, and to be honest, like, I was expecting a lot more crowd, but then from what I've heard so far is that a lot of people have started coming in during Maghrib time and after Maghrib, so that they can pray Tarawih and Qiyam in the Holy Mosque. So yeah, if you come just before Asr or during Asr time, it's not that bad, and you can easily find a spot to sit inside the mosque. Yeah, so far an overall amazing experience. So right now I'm inside Masjid Nabawi, and this is 10 to 15 minutes before Iftar time, and as you can see that each and every corner people are just sitting, and they've already put out the food for Iftar, and let me show you what that is like. This is what Iftar in Medina looks like. So we made it back to the train station after praying Maghrib, and the biggest problem we faced was that there were no buses to the station again due to the traffic, and getting an Uber was extremely difficult, so we had to get a private taxi. I paid around 40 Riyals for that, and if you get the green taxi, you might have to pay somewhere around between 80 to 100. Again, the prices are extremely hiked right now, mainly due to the Ramadan season and all of the people trying to come and go from the station. Overall, it was a really good experience. I got a good spot to sit inside the Holy Mosque. So yeah, we're here. The train has started boarding now, so we're just gonna go sit and enjoy the ride. So yeah, I'll see you guys when I get back to Jeddah. Alright guys, so now we have made it into the train and now we are sitting on our seats, and again the train is quite full. Even it is right now the Isha and Tarawih time, but yeah, it is really full. Good thing is that there are designated seats and coaches for everyone, so yeah, you can just come and sit on your seat. Good thing is to come in about 15 to 20 minutes earlier, so you can just get in your seat before the train leaves, because as I mentioned earlier that train does leave exactly on time, so yeah, you don't want to miss that, especially during the busy season. So it's going to be an hour and 40 minutes ride, and I'll see you guys when I get to Jeddah. Alright guys, so we have made it back to Jeddah station, and the train ride was extremely comfortable. Even though the price is a bit high, but I would definitely recommend it because it is extremely convenient and it is not tiring at all. So overall, an amazing experience. Once again, this was Iftar in Medina during Ramadan in KSA, and I hope you guys enjoyed the journey, and I will see you guys in the next one.